Hi friends, it's Jacqueline with Jacqueline Uncertified, and today I'm bringing you another DIY video. Oh gosh, finger guns, put those guys away. In today's video, we're going to be doing some TikTok DIYs. These are some recreations from a few TikToks that I saw on the app. So I'll actually link the originals down below so you guys can check out the original as well and give them some support. But these three the DIYs that I recreated actually turned out really great, and they were very simple to follow along with the original video. So I bet any of you guys can do them as well. They're a little time consuming, but they worked out great. So anyways, let's get into it. Okay, this first one that we're going to do is this hat yarn garland from Sarah Liw. She did some hats with some leftover, I used paper towel roll, but you can use paper towels or toilet paper or gift wrap. And then I took this Dollar Tree yarn and wrapped it around this piece of wood that I had laying around. And you can use like a book or anything, just get a certain size that you want for the length of the hat that you want. I kind of went with a smaller for this cream color that I used. And you're just gonna wrap it around and then cut it out, cut it off of whatever you're used. And then you're going to also cut the other side so that you have the same length of both sides. And then once you've got that all cut up, you're then going to half it and loop it through the cardboard and stick your fingers in between the hole that you just made and stick both of the strings through that hole. Sorry if that was kind of unclear, but I'm sure you could see what I did. And you're just going to continue doing that all the way around. This is what makes it time consuming, is just because it takes a really long time to do. And then once you get that all done, you're then going to flip all of the yarn through the back side. So it gives us this nice good crease in the back so that you don't have all those little bumps going on. And then you're going to take another piece of yarn and wrap it around the top section of all of those leftover yarn pieces and tie a double knot on that. And then you're going to just cut off the excess from the tied string and all the excess of the leftover string on the top to give it a nice little like ball at the top. And then what gives this the extra little sturdiness and a little bit more fullness is the cotton balls. So you're just going to stick that into the bottom of the hats to give it a little bit of shape. Okay, so you can also do these with a thicker yarn, which is what I'm showing you right here. This is just a thicker yarn that I got from Michael's, and you're going to be doing the same process. You're going to take those pieces of yarn that you cut and loop them through the cardboard. By doing so, you're going to half the pieces so that there's a loop on the end. Pull it through the cardboard by pulling the end two pieces through the loop. This way it stays on the cardboard. And I just decided that I liked the look of the thinner yarn better, so that's what I'm going to do with mine. Except for I did black with mine, but I am going to show you right here the cream version just because it's easier to see what I'm doing with the cream. Okay, so I took some twine and a needle, and you're going to insert the needle into the hat just by halving the yarn at the top and sticking the needle through. And then you can insert the cotton swab back into the hat to give it that fullness, And then after that's done, to make it a garland, you're then going to take some beads. I'm just using dollar store pearls because I don't have any wooden beads on hand, and I'm trying not to shop as much right now and just trying to stay at home as much as possible. So I took 5 of these bigger pearls from Dollar Tree and strung them through, and then added my next hat. And you're just going to keep doing this process until you get the full length of the garland that you want. And here's a look at the black one that I did. I just used those Dollar Tree pearls again and some black beads from Joann's that I got on Black Friday. Okay, so for this recreation, I'm sure if you're on TikTok, you've seen it. It's going to be the present arch that Anne MC Sherry, I think that's how you say her name, she did. She made 2 videos on it. One just showing that she did it and how she did it. And then the second video, she went into a little bit more detail of like what actually she did. So she used some hot glue on the lower sections and I think on the top as well, just to keep all the boxes together. And then she used on the top section, she used some command strips and attached them to the back of the box. So we're gonna try it out and see if it goes well. Once you get all the boxes stacked how you like them, you're then just going to hot glue them into place. You can do this as you go along, but I stacked them all first and then hot glued just because I wasn't sure how I wanted them placed. So then you're just going to use hot glue each piece to the next one so that they are very sturdy when you stack them all up. In Anne's video, she used command hooks and then also cut holes in the back of the boxes so that she could place them on the hooks, but I'm actually going to be using command strips. So one of the hacks that I used is actually getting a little fastener strip from Dollar Tree and using one of the sections of them and the command strip. They work well together, and then you can just hot glue the other side of the Dollar Tree's part to connect to the box. I figured this would make it easier so I wasn't spending as much money on the command strips since there's only a certain amount in the packs. I can use 8 of them instead of just the 4. So by doing so, you're going to place the command hook on your wall and then the Dollar Tree part to the command strip. Once you get that all done, you're then going to hot glue the command strip or the Dollar Tree's portion to the box itself. This way, when you clean up, the hot glue is only on the box and the command strip is on your wall, so it's easy cleanup. I then just hot glued the boxes together so that it can stay at that angled look instead of just being straight up and down. You're then just going to continue doing this with the command strips to the wall for the top section and hot gluing all the boxes together. And to be honest, this is probably one of my favorite Christmas DIYs that I've ever done. I just think it looks so cool and is really a big element in the Christmas decor. Our next DIY is actually our pool noodle ornament wreath. What's funny is I actually got all these supplies and then saw the TikTok video, so it kind of worked out perfect because now I had a tutorial on how to do it. But this one, you're just going to take 2 pool noodles, and I taped them together for a little bit more sturdiness, but I don't think you needed to. And then you're just going to cut at a diagonal for both of the pool noodles so that you can place them together. The angle just gives it a little bit more cohesiveness when you wrap them together instead of just having the straight line.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play through. Only cause you set up the angle. Web that you weave got us tangled. Caught in what's before our eyes. Show off your fantasy reality. Whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life. Catch a glimpse from the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now.
Once both sides are connected, then I just wrapped the full pool noodles in duct tape. This actually gave it an easier way for it to be sturdy and also easier for me to hot glue all of these ornaments to the foam instead of just the foam, because the heat does make the foam kind of disintegrate, I guess. So this just gave it a little bit more sturdiness and protected the hot glue from the foam. You're then just going to wrap all of the ornaments around the outside and also in the inside section. I used the biggest bulbs from Dollar Tree just for this section, made the project a little bit cheaper to go with Dollar Tree ornaments, and I just picked up the silver packs and the gold packs. And I wanted my ornament wreath to be even more full, so I added another section of the bigger bulbs around the outside or the inside right here, so that you get just a thicker ornament wreath. I then just took the remaining sections that had holes in them and filled them with the next 3 smallest ornaments. So the next one are the medium size, and then there's also 2 other size packs that you can get at Dollar Tree, and basically you're just going to fill every section that you can to fill out this wreath. Alright guys, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments below if you ended up doing one yourself or if you're planning on doing one of these yourself. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you ended up liking this video. Bye guys, have a beautiful day.